It's time to have a go at a first corpse battle then. The bullet is not moulded to which to kill me, which unfortunately we're going to be using the 11th corpse for. Yeah. So 4,000 points for a major victory. The problem with this being, it's the 11th corpse. Corpse? Yeah, soon. Right, maintain the right flank of the first corps. Large body enemy arriving. Fall back should be the cemetery hill. Okay. You see, my mission is to hold this objective here at the moment. Where are you marching those guys off to? I would rather you have them there. So the rebels will be coming in on me soon. The problem with this is, as I was saying, 11th Corps. If you don't know your history, 11th Corps was pretty much the worst one in the army at the time. These guys are all... Right. So we're looking at pretty much two rebel brigades advancing. Get the artillery in place here. Yeah, they're the worst. I mean, if I go to me again, my average quality is irregular, which is never a good start. Okay, that's why am I clicking on the wrong people? So this is my 1st brigade, the 3rd division. So I have the 3rd division, which is you're just sitting around. I'm going to move these guys into support and give you a probe. Actually, no, a hold action. That's the supply. So, 1st brigade should have a hold action. I'm out here. So, 3rd brigade is currently in action. I've lost myself now. Right. My orders. Yeah, you probably don't want to know my orders. So, these guys are... 1st division is holding the... is going to be holding up this objective. 2nd division is all the way up at Cemetery Hill. Now, I could start route marching them, but I think that's going to be a complete waste of my time. I mean, they're fairly useless troops, and by the time I get them down there, I'll have lost the hill. There's no way I can hold this hill for long. So, what I do know, and this is using meta knowledge, is that another objective will appear once I've lost that objective, which will allow me to hold this area. So if I set a division up here to hold, then I can minimise casualties, which is always important, and I can maximise points. So with this scenario, the best way to win is to not play at all. I'm sacrificing my 1st division and my 3rd division, and my 2nd division is just going to hang around. As is, that looks like a very stupid way to place yourself. Okay, we're engaging. And I have no one on that flank at all. Well, on the plus side, at least we're giving them canister. So, we already have a large brigade of rebels there, another one coming through the trees here. I have that's mine, isn't it? Yep. This division is going to have to try and hold here. This brigade. And here comes their reinforcements to try and plug this gap here and hit them on the flank. If I can hold this for as long as possible, That's good. But I'm really not expecting much from them. I'm actually going to switch them to probe, because hopefully that means they'll probe into the enemy flank there, causing some problems. As it is, my current's for 620, not bad at all. This is before it all goes horribly wrong though. Halt and engage. No, that's not halting, is it? Right. Oh, good lord, the rebels are just charging. Yeah, they're not expecting me to hold this for long either. Hopefully most of these cannon have gone for canister. Where do you think you're going? That doesn't look like a probe, does it? That looks like sitting on your ass just outside combat. Did you just cancel my order? Rebels are starting to jiggle already. They must be green. Another thing to notice, we've now shifted to the north here. So this is yep, Early's troops coming down here. We've got Rhodes's troops hitting us here. This is the defence that we were taking in the last scenario. And Pettigrew's men, I think, what's it? Pettigrew the leader there? Yeah, are basically there. So, my men up here, setting up a nice little defence of the end of the tower. Yes, heroic. See, I can't really afford for these guys to take their time. So, double time. Ooh, there you go. Get this guy. Basically, my only chance is to get guys firing into the rear of this regiment, and then just break these down the side. This objective is currently getting me 150 points a minute. So, I'm actually, yeah, this is actually going not too bad, he says. Definition of bad. General Barlow here is up 900 points. Overall, I'm kind of watching here, taking 164 casualties, but at 1,000 points. Amsberg's dealing out some damage. Those aren't my troops raking, are they? No. That's 1st Division. Right. Cause engagements get a bit interesting. You can't be everywhere at once. And that's pretty much the rule of thumb. You have to then trust the AI a lot more than you would normally. I mean, the last battle I had a fair bit of micromanagement. For this one, I'm having to leave. Although they have refused their line quite nicely, that's not too bad. We're firing on those guys across this ravine here. Is that part of a... No, that is actually a ravine. That's the unfinished rail line we were fighting over before. It seems to be a feature of every battle, that does the unfinished rail line. Right, halt. Start laying fire. So, we've got a nice layer of fire coming in. I mean, the 68th New York are suffering, but then again, so are their opponents. 1st Brigade, 44th George. Yeah, continuing to hold though. I'm not actually doing too badly in my scores, I mean... Troop line there, that's good. I would like to try and get fully promoted in this game at some point. I might see if I, depending how well I do for the rest of these, it might be worth going back and redoing the few battles I've fouled up. Come on, break. How many regiments of fire can you take? Also, you wrestling does not help me, especially with the rebels bringing in. That's another regiment I saw. No, good lord, that's another brigade. Or maybe even another division coming in there. Hello, Mr. Supply Wagon. How about you move up? So, I'm facing 2 divisions here. Early's division, and these guys are reported to be still Early's division. So is it just one division? It just seems to be, it must be, it's a large one. Oh wait, wasn't Early in charge of the Light Division? Which was the largest Confederate force at the time. I know it's been gutted by this point after Jackson died, but it's still a major force. Right, here we're carrying on to engage. Fairly inconsequential, not the right word I'm looking for. Inconclusive, that's at the moment. We're winning slightly, but there's plenty more rebs. This is the hill line we were fighting over before. But this is late in the afternoon, so this is a bit different from my version of history then. No idea where those guys are wandering off to now. I'm going to use you to try and shore up that part there. The artillery do some nice damage, but really it's holding the objective. That's what's going to help us. Oh, is that no more of Early's troops? Smith's Brigade, Hayes Brigade, Avery's Brigade, and they're rolling some artillery up close. Gordon's Brigade, Dole's Brigade here, and they're finally starting to break. How many casualties you can take. If I had started marching this division here down, I could reinforce, but if I remember correctly, this point will start degrading after a while. Oh, first unit break. And I don't see the point in basically knackering my men out in an attempt to hold a position I don't think can be held. Already have 2 divisions engaged, so right, 3rd division is doing okay. 2nd division is having a nice rest. 1st division is doing fantastically. Right. They've withdrawn to the hedge. Not hedge, fence. And there they go. But they're retreating into my troops. Which means there's a good chance I can get myself a... Are you charging into them? Or are they not broken? Have they actually gone for a charge? They're charging. Good lord. Now they're breaking. Right, boys, into line. Sorry, coughing fit. Okay. They're continuing to fire at those guys to the retreat. Everyone else can start to move up. Let's have a look at my other units, shall I? Continuing to hold this line. Overall, again, 1st Brigade, the whole 3rd Division's pretty much winning slightly. This is where the hard fighting is. Looks like I put that regiment into line just in time, stop the enemy flanking me. Although these guys are probably getting flanked. No, apparently they're not. Got a whole other brigade sitting up there waiting now. Up to 2,000 points. Hopefully I can hold it. How's this regiment holding? I mean, 152 coast. They've taken a third of their forces and coasties, and they're right. I'm not going to let them get picked off. If they're going to break, they're going to break like that. There we go. At least they're out the firing line now. I'm moving another regiment in to... Well, the AI is moving another regiment in. Oh. Click the brigade commander. Right, this is down to 50 points a minute now. So, as I was saying, trying to hold this is less profitable. But then again, still is profitable. That means Tottenham's not quite opened up yet, but I've been holding them for 20 minutes. We're taking 700 casualties. Oh, a third of the division's been killed, wounded or captured. And the rebels are coming in with quite a few of their own troops there. Third division's holding well. Slightly losing. It's taken, what's that, 5th casualty, something like that. But it also has a regiment sitting there doing nothing. Get into combat, you. Okay, I'm going to get the artillery out. seeing this fight in the flank here is just turning into a bloodbath. They're broken. These guys are going to break soon. Okay. I'm actually going to get them to pull back quite a way. I want the ordnance wagon out there as well. I'm hoping I can reform a line somewhere along here, but if I have to fully retreat, I have to fully retreat. Right. The cannoneers they've been broken. Okay, we have lost this objective. Yeah, don't spare the horse. No. Yeah, and I have got different ideas what we should be doing here. Oh, I'm going to lose most of my cannon because the AI just took control at the wrong moment. Okay. 2nd Brigade, you're not going to be able to stop them anymore. I'm just going to order a general retreat. Right. Drops me to 1800 points. But saves me casualties. Hopefully it'll take the rebels some time to... No, when I order a retreat, I want to retreat. Yeah, taking 2 to 1 casualties. Overall, yeah, we're still taking quite a few more casualties, but it looks a bit better. General Barlow looks relatively young for a general, maybe just because he's clean shaven amongst all these other guys. Your new defensive line is here. And that you're going to hold to the last. Okay. So I'm going to try holding along here. Still gives me time before Gettysburg. The town, not the battle. Okay, we're still holding the rebels here. Look, there's a fairly large retreat going on here, but because it's a retreat I ordered, they're just falling back and reforming. Sometimes a little too close. Oh, we've recaptured the objective apparently. For 2 seconds. That's fine. Alright, plan A. Retreat faster than the enemy can advance. Speed time up a little bit. mine. Okay, the problem with doing it this way is, of course, all your men run as fast as they can and get themselves knackered. So, 1st Division, as I said, here. Oh, good lord. Not a good time to be in the New Yorkers there. Why didn't you retreat when I told you? Oh, good, they're getting cut to shreds. Unsurprisingly, they retreat. Okay, I'm down to 1400 points. And I'm about to lose this flank as well because of Absa deploying another brigade. Okay. Another artillery unit that needs redeploying back. Second Gauge, 3rd Division. Say hi to your new defensive line. Right, Cemetery Hill. 25 points. Forget, somewhere within 200 yards of it. So. You don't count. It's Division Commander. Oh, actually no, let's move myself there. Oh no, it's Steinway. I'm not Steinway. I need 1,000 men there, apparently. That's 200 men. This regiment should give me 1,000. Right, I'm now holding the objective. Not quite sure who's getting the points for it at the moment, but at least I'm holding the objective. Alright, this is a good point to end this video, so pick up again and see if I can salvage the